Speaking of a little shade right now, many of you are making plans to head to the beach this holiday weekend. And if you're planning to spend the day out there, you're probably bringing some sort of shade, maybe an umbrella or a canopy, right?
Yeah, don't forget the SPF, but you definitely need some shade, something. But in Redington Beach, there's confusion right now about exactly what type you can bring because a woman was recently told that her canopy wasn't allowed out there. 10 Tampa Bay's Jenny Dean joins us live this morning to help us out ahead of a busy weekend out on the water. Jenny, help us sort this out. I know a lot of people have some questions.
Yeah, you know, Jameson, Caitlin, good morning to you. This has been really confusing for the residents here. You know, Redington Beach itself is just one of the many little Pinellas County beach towns. It's really only 1 square mile, so just a short section of beach out here behind me. But back in 2018, they passed an ordinance, the city commission did, limiting the size of the umbrella that you can have, whether it's on a private beach or a public part of the beach, which also gets into a confusing issue about where the sand line is wet and where the sand is dry. So you can imagine this new ordinance is meant to clear everything up, this proposed ordinance that they're going to be talking about. But its wording says it prohibits all tents on any part of the beach. And now the residents here, they are more confused than ever. So I caught up with Shelly Hernandez-Miller as she was heading to this beach with her family. She's lived in Redington Beach for more than 30 years, even went to talk with the city commissioner to find out why this has been such an issue. And she was told that the city has been facing lawsuits from people who live directly on the beach and want to keep their section of it private. And now, even though she brought her canopy to the beach this week, she's getting mixed messages.
They are calling everything tents. And speaking with the commissioner today, I said, there is a difference between tents and canopies. And I explained it to him. But they're calling everything tents.
Also, this small section in front of resident parking here in Redington Beach is excluded from the rules, so you can have any sort of canopy or shade here. Now, Hernandez-Miller is telling all of the residents here, if you have any concerns about this, you really need to show up to the city commission meeting on June 5th. By the way, I did reach out to the mayor myself to try and clarify what they mean by these ordinances, and I simply got an email in return with the wording to the 2018 ordinance and the wording to the new proposed ordinance. Of course, I've posted that on our website, 10tampabay.com. So hopefully people can read it for themselves. But that's really all I got from the mayor here, Caitlin.
Yeah, and still confusion. Jenny, you mentioned someone was told to take her canopy down just a few weeks ago. So who's policing this right now? And are they actually giving out tickets?
So I did reach out to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office because they police all the beaches here in Pinellas County. And, you know, they're not really doing a whole lot with this. But if they do see a canopy where it's not supposed to be or an umbrella that's too big, they do give warnings. And they tell me they've given out only 11 warnings since January. So it's really not been a huge issue or inconvenience to them. But I will give everyone this bit of advice. If you're planning on heading out to Pinellas beaches this holiday weekend, you probably should know the rules because there are different rules and ordinance for all of these little sections of beaches, especially when it comes to alcohol and types of things you can bring to the beach. And so I have put a link on our website that gives you an answer to so many of those questions from the Pinellas County Beaches tourism site. So it's really important that you kind of know what you can and can't bring when you head out here, just so you can have a fun, stress-free holiday weekend. Live in Redington Beach, Jenny Dean, 10 Tampa Bay.